Hello everyone, and welcome to the next video of the Connie Trades course. I believe this will be our last stop in this course, so I hope you've enjoyed yourself so far. I hope you've been able to learn something. And we haven't really gone over any psychology or risk management stuff, but I really just wanted to get the model out there, the sequence out to the masses, and if it's helpful to somebody, that would be excellent. So this is going to be nuance, sort of hindsight examples, okay? I'm not really going to be on a script, so there might be some unusual pausing or me switching through asset classes, assets, so stay with me. I'm going to try to break down basically once bias flips, how many times, and this is what you guys can do as you go into hindsight testing and learning how this works. You want to get yourself used to the pattern of things and how things form, when it goes wrong, if it does go wrong, what happened, why, that kind of fun stuff. So let's dive in. All right, so with Euro here, let's look at this entire sell side of the curve as we came down to our weekly, monthly. Oh my. Well, that's interesting. Excuse me, sorry for the yawn, guys. We have a 3-month. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Let's. Okay, focus up there, pal. All right, so we come to our weekly range high. We gap up. Other higher time frame highs as well, but for the sake of this, my bias at the time when I was watching Euro was bearish to a point. Okay, we have our weekly range high. We come up on the daily. Right, we get one of those thick close candles and then trickle all the way down, close below, we get a key level. Okay, and I'm just going to be marking this out, right, key level. Just going over this example. Zoom out again, right, we didn't come to a weekly low. We then took out a weekly high inside of our key level. Okay, so that's good to know. So I'm just going to back that up a little bit, back this guy up a little bit. So we were working through this range as well. Okay, great. To the 3-day, don't need to do anything there. We go into the daily. Okay, so this is great, right? So we get a weekly range high, right, to low. We get our daily. Yeah, I know we don't close back inside on the weekly. It's totally fine. The daily, it's close. We have a weird gap, right? We close Friday with basically no wick. We then go open, high, low, close, expand lower on Monday, Tuesday chop around, create another model on our way lower. So we can dive into this here as well. We take out a daily high, so we get a fractal. Just start labeling these. We've got a daily range low to high. We've got a daily range low to high as well. So let's mark these out as D, D, W, 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 and W. Okay, great. So as this is happening, right, what happens? Monday expands lower, Tuesday inside candle, we create a high, a low, right? Liquidity. We take the liquidity range high as we take out that range high, said range high on Euro. What happens? 1, 2. Second candle, we have liquidity at the high, liquidity at the low. We get our candle 1. Candle 1 is our key level. Beautiful. Okay, we come incredibly close. Do we hit the drawn liquidity? No, we don't. Okay, so this is a great example, right? Failed just shy of the daily low, and sometimes that happens, right? People chase this low. They're like, oh, great. You know what? I can pass my account in no problem. I'm going to pass it in a cinch. We're right here. I'm just going to short this. I guess I'll put my stop up here, and then smacks, gets stopped out. And then it comes back up again. People get caught off bearish, but not us, because we know what we're looking for in our drawn liquidity at the right time. Beautiful, right at 9 a.m. We take out into our key level a 4-hour range high. Let's just check to see if there's anything on the 3-hour as well. Yeah, is this the right time? 8 a.m., perfect, beautiful on Wednesday. So we can look at both of these examples, right? So for me personally, turtle soup at the right time. Let's zoom into the hourly to make sure that it is indeed at the right time. And 9 and 8. Chef's kiss, right? So again, you can break down your entry however you want, but when I look at this, I see this, and I go, okay, on the 4 hour, this is a short. That's an option for your stop loss, but I'm going to break it down another way, right? To this low, to our daily low here, to our daily low here. You're like, that RR is not great. It's totally fine. Let's back up a little further here for the sake of going between time frames, but I want to show you something else that's cool, right? We create our key level. We then come to the 3 hour. We create a 3 hour range. We turtle soup that 3 hour range. So this at the right time, again, right? Everything coming together here. Stop above this high at, let's just be generous, give ourselves some wiggle room, all the way down to the lows. Now we're looking at almost 3R and just above 3R. Fantastic. Now what happens? Do we create a key level? Do we have a key level inside of here as well? Beautiful. We do. Okay. Right. We have our 3 hour high here. Just going to put a 3 there. I'm going to put a 4 here. Okay. We then get an hourly candle. So this is where, like I said earlier, I like it when the middle time frame has its own range, right? So this high is part of the 3 hour high as well. So once we close below, you could consider this a key level as well. And even when we close below this candle on the 3 hour, you can consider this a key level as well, right? Because we are taking liquidity inside of our key level and closing below this candle. So this, in a sense, is also a key level. So it's a bit of dealer's choice here. This is where there is some learning on your end and recognizing what you want to see. I like to see when we have an hourly candle separate, right? So we take liquidity, even though we close back inside here, I want to see this candle close below, right? It's the same principle. We have a 3 hour high. We create a candle 1 on the hourly, close below it. So some combination of these two. I would go with this, right? And maybe I can refine this down to the 30-minute, right? Because we have our higher time frame bias as well. You can refine it down to the 15. Typically don't like to go down lower than the 15-minute. It's not ideal. Totally fine. The premise remains the same, right? You can refine your key level. Let's just use the 3 hour. Make it tidy here. Right? So as we take out our 4 hour range high into this key level, and our stop would go up here, so I just want to mark that out. Right? You can refine this down further. So what does that look like? Much better RR. But again, totally up to you. This versus that. The important thing is you're following the logic. Or you're looking at it like this. We take out that 4 hour range high into the key level, and you're hopping down to the 15-minute, and you're looking for your model 1. Maybe your model 1 is like, okay, great, we hit the 15-minute candle, we close above. Because what? You're going to target that 4 hour range low and the daily range low. Okay? You got to figure this out for yourself, guys. You got to figure out, how do I want to go about the application of this? Right? I'm just going over things here. This isn't what I do, because I just like to avoid the lower time frames. Okay? I want to stay on the 3 hour and the 4 hour and just let it do what it's going to do. That's just me personally. And from a time on the charts point of view, I just don't have the time to be sitting here and watching these lower time frames and try to get in. But you can break this down. I mean, guys, take Vaughn. Vaughn's a great example. If he's getting in on this trade, he's on like the 2, 3, 5-minute chart and getting in here, and his stop is here. But that's Vaughn, right? That's not what I do, right? His frequency is higher than mine too, his trade frequency. So it's totally up to you guys. You can make this your own, right? But we close below, right? Say you put your entry here, you get tagged in, we come back up. Or maybe once we get the 15-minute, you're looking for the exact same thing on the 15-minute. You're like, I want to see a 15-minute range taken as we tap into the OB. Maybe you're like, you know what? I just want the OB. I just want to, I don't really care. Drawdown doesn't bother me. I just want to do this. Like, this is however you want to go about it, guys. I don't know how else to break that down for you. So let's get out of this and let's look at some more hindsight examples as we make our way through our weekly CRT, our weekly range. Okay. Right, so we have our, remember we have this daily key level right here. We come to a weekly range high. Okay. We get a thick up close candle. We have liquidity here. So either I want to see a turtle soup here, it possibly sees a 4-hour, 3-hour shift, and then I want to target this daily low and then eventually this weekly low, depending on what we do in relation to that daily up close candle. Thankfully, we do come up to that daily high. And let's zoom in. All right, so I hope you see how even as we're engaging with these weekly and daily highs, my first target is almost always a daily range. Okay? En route to an even higher time frame. Candle. So 4 hours not super clear here. Let's hop to the 3. See if we can be a little more refined. Yeah, it's a strange one. Not ideal because we have our candle 1 here, which is a down close candle. We come up, turtle soup it, and then this kind of becomes our candle 1, which we eventually close below. Let me look at the 4 hour again. Yeah, you can see how I'm kind of reasoning with myself. We have a range, a 4 hour range here. So once we close below this, right, that's kind of that candle 1 for me. So I really would want to see that. You could, of course, refine this even further. Again, take this and apply it how you want, right? Because we do see at the right time, right, 5 a.m. and actually more specifically right at 5. So actually I don't like that. So if I look at this from a key level point of view, the key level hasn't printed yet. That candle 1, right, the range, and notice how this isn't an up close candle either. It's not purging this high. It's a down close candle, but it is a range that is separate from that daily range, and we soup both of them. Okay, we eventually close below, and then what happens? Some people might be like, oh, the OB is the key level. The candle 1's my key level. I don't know what to say. It's always my key level. Okay, and we then head lower. We tap back into it. Let's just keep going for a minute, and we eventually head to the low. So let's see on the 4 hour. Sorry if you can hear my kids running around and playing in the background. We tap into our key level at the right time at 9 a.m. So we are working through this range. There may have been some SMT here with GXY or GBP, but we're also working within this larger range as well. Okay, so at the right time, turtle soup, stop above, entry, or maybe you're waiting for that and you get left behind, targeting the weekly range low and the daily range low. Daily range low is here. Right? Or say you miss it. Well, what did we just do? We took out liquidity inside of our key level. What did we create? Candle 1, right? The range, the middle time frame range that gets souped as we tap into our key level, as we tap into our higher time frame range. Boom. Now let's see if there was another soup opportunity at the right time, right at 8 a.m. Okay, maybe a 3 hour or a 4 hour. Maybe some SMT here. I mean, it's a bit of a tricky one because we do take out this range high, right? As we tap into the key level. So this is where, if you're expecting shorts still, this is where right? Sometimes the range isn't directly inside of here. Maybe there was some SMT here. Let's check the 4 hour quick. Yeah, nothing. Let me just check GBP for a second to see if right here. I should have checked what that was. Hold on, bear with me, guys. So that is at 5 a.m. on a Friday. Let's go to pound GBP USD. Yeah, and we do have some SMT there. So, and it looks like we have a key level here as well on pound, but let's keep going through Euro, USD. So again, if you want to implement SMT in some capacity, you are welcome to do so as well. Okay, let's see if we create an hourly key level here at all. We do. Great, hourly key level. Come back up higher into the key level, continue to sell off. So let's zoom out, see what our day is looking like. Okay, and as we head down to our drawn liquidity, right, we come to the, delete these as we go. We come to the daily range low, we turtle soup it, come back inside. Perhaps some people are looking at this like, oh, Connie, bro, we took out a range low, we took out a range low. We've got a fractal range high, baby, let's go. We look at the 4 hour, oh my goodness. Key level, Tuesday, we come into it. On Wednesday, oh, we tagged the 4 hour low, oh, I lost. Totally fine, it happens. What is the higher time frame range that we're potentially working through? Weekly. What is the daily order flow? Still bearish, right? What do? We come to a daily high. And this is why we pay attention to the ranges as they're printing, right? Because maybe we would have got something here, but then the 4 hour shifts, we get a, so we get a 3. Yeah, so this is one of those instances where they share a high, the daily and the 4 hour. Not my favorite, but nonetheless we close below, and then at the right time, what do? 8 a.m. into the key level, taking out a 4 hour range high. See what I'm saying? And actually we do have an hourly key level as we come to this 4 hour high. Right, so there's our daily high. It's also our 4 hour high. We get an hourly high, right, that is unto itself, unto its own, right? And we come shy of that, so we don't quite make it to that portion of the key level. If you were refined down to that and waiting for it, you would have missed it. But again, as long as whatever you're looking for is consistent, that's the key thing. Okay, and we continue lower. So you can see how as we look at the sell side of the curve, as ICT, MXM, CRT people would talk about it, you can see how the sequence is printing all the way down. Okay, and then we come to the weekly range low, chop chop. Let me just look at this quick. We're still working through, let me delete some of these, get them out of the way. We're still working through this weekly range. Okay, we took weekly range high, this candle, right? We complete the weekly CRT. Still working through this as we come to our drawn liquidity. We look at the daily, okay? We get 1, 2, right? Once we hit a drawn liquidity, we wait, right? This is where I wouldn't be looking for 4 hour, etc. ranges to be getting involved, because it's often when we hit a drawn liquidity, a range low, even if it's not our ultimate target, we see retracements. That, the rejection block, right? One second, got a drink of water. Okay, what happens? Thursday, Friday, Monday, gaps up, takes out the daily range high to daily range low. Okay, so now on our way to here, we've got a fractal range that we're working through, and I think pound offered a trade here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe I took this on pound, but I don't want to head over there. I want to stay over here for now. We get our key level. Fantastic. Okay. 1 a.m. Okay, let's see this. looking for that daily range low. Okay, well, we come into our 4 hour key level. We also take out a 4 hour range high here. So is there an hourly key level? There is, right here, which we do come back to at 7 a.m. We don't come back to in Asia, so nothing for me. If you look at pound, okay, let's just look at pound for a second. I believe this is why I took this. Yes, it was right here. Same thing. Right. Came to the 4 hour high and I fractalized this once further on. So let me go back to Euro. This is one where, yeah, we had SMT here. Okay, perfect. We come to a 4 hour range high. Come to our 4 hour range high. Right, so this was the first TP. Oh, sorry, this was my first TP here. Looking for the daily range lows. What happened? 4 hour range high into a key level where we took a daily high, hourly key level, 4 hour turtle soup, and this one was actually on the hourly turtle soup, giving away a couple things here with the 2 time frame turtle soup. That was the first take profit, and then I actually got stopped out at break even. Let's go back to Euro. Following the sequence. Nothing here. Let's go back to the days. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this day opens, and immediately at 9 p.m. we go higher. Okay, so there's nothing to do here. I'm not looking to get involved. What do? We actually come into the key level, right where we took out that 4 hour liquidity inside of our larger 4 hour range key level. We take out a 4 hour range, right? And we actually head lower, take out this. There's people who are trading at, oh, this is right at 1 a.m. Okay, this is perfect, actually. Sorry, I thought that was during Asia. Yeah, that's great. I mean, again, you can treat this like a 4 hour CRT as your first take profit, but this is excellent. This is truly excellent. This is what this would look like for me. As first TP is there, and that I'd be looking for here. I did not trade this. I'm just going to show you. You can wait for model 1. You can wait for a middle time frame shift again on the hourly. There's so many ways, like I've said, to go about this. Okay, now this is where, right, some people might be like, oh, but the daily order flow shifted bullish. Guys, keep in mind, ranges and order flow. Just because we close above here, I have to pay attention to my higher time frame context. What does this tell me? Okay, well, maybe we're going to take out a daily range high inside of here. That's what I'm watching for. So sure, the 4 hour flips bullish, the daily order flow flips bullish, but I don't care about that. Right? This is permissible too. To the daily low, to the low. Obviously, we have the benefit of hindsight. Take out the daily high. The daily low is still intact. Still working through that range as well. Still working through this range as well. Go to the 4 hour, and right, we come to our 4 hour key level. This is a long one, so we'll leave that there. At the right time, we come to a 4 hour high. You get involved. We get close to your first TP. We come back up once more. Maybe you moved your stop closer. Maybe you got stopped out. Maybe you left it over the weekend like a crazy person. with everything going on. If Trump farts, you know, the markets can move. So especially when it's this close to entry, incredibly risky. But I think you guys get the picture, right? And then we dump. Huge. And let's see if there was anything en route here within these candles. Okay, no 4-hour highs taken. Oh, great. Okay, so let's just see. Here, here. Let's break it down to, because then we took out a range high into potentially a key level. Then we took out another range high into potentially a key level. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's great. I love seeing this. Right, so we come into the overarching 3-hour candle, right? But I like when it's refined down to the middle time frame. So there would be nothing for me to do to get involved inside of here, but we come take out a 3-hour high again, create a key level, take out a 3-hour range high inside of that, like not at the right time. So there would literally be nothing for me to do here. And you know what? Sometimes that happens, guys, right? Sometimes that happens. But for the sake of discipline, again, I say this for myself mainly, for the sake of discipline, that's why it's so important to have constraints, right? Because the time that you take this and catch this, you're going to lose 5 other times, okay? Anyway, what do? We end up hitting the draw on liquidity, and now we're here, right? We took out a 3-hour low, my goodness. We took out a 3-month low. Right, I think we might still see this, but we took out a 3-month low. Headed higher. We've since taken out a weekly high. We're working within this range too, so we'll see how this week finalizes. Okay. Monday, crazy whipsaw range, crazy. What a crazy range. Gap down, open, low, high, close. We then come to here, a daily range high, still inside of here. Okay. There's our daily range low, I think. Yes. Perfect 4-hour candle, right? Of its own, not also the daily. See if it's on the 3. Okay, perfect. Yeah, 3-hour candle as well. So however we want to look at this key level. Candle 1, right? Because this is a daily high. So I really do prefer when the daily high and the higher time frame candle and the middle time frame candle are distinct of each other. They're high or they're low, whatever I'm looking at. It's not always the case, but that is what I like. All right, we take out a 3-hour high into our key level at the right time. Entry, lower. I think I can refine this down to the 30 to 15. Yeah, we create a 15-minute key level here. I was looking at the hourly to see if we created one. We did not, right? We just come to that 3-hour high. And then we take out again a 3-hour high into our 15-minute key level and head lower. Okay. Model 1, whatever you want to do. Close below, enter. Close below, wait for it to tap back in, enter. Close below, wait for it to tap back in, miss. Whatever it is, guys, just make it the same. Okay. And daily draw reached. Now wait. Okay. So I do hope that you guys have found this course helpful. I think this brings us to the end. If you guys, again, if you have questions, please reach out to me on X, reach out to me on Telegram, follow me on X, join the Telegram. If you have questions, just hit me up, right? I don't have a community that is where you can chat, just because I don't have the time to manage that. And I've had a community before on Discord, and things really got out of control. So because I can't monitor that, and yeah, people are people, I don't have that right now. So you can still watch the videos that are on there that are pinned in Telegram, and as I've said many times, you can reach out to me, right? So I hope you guys have enjoyed Connie Trade's course. We're finally done. The sequence has been revealed. Okay. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, again, for the umpteenth time, send me a DM. I'll get back to you when I can. Yeah. Take care, guys. God bless.